If you feel stuck right now, maybe your sales are flat or you're growing but not as fast as you want to with your store, and it's not getting easier, you haven't found out how to consistently scale your store, especially with profit, I can almost guarantee you're doing the one thing that keeps every founder stuck in the same stage for ages, and they stay there because they blame their ads. If you're new to the channel, I'm Jonas. I did e-commerce for 4 years. Now have my growth company Gilbert Consulting, and we consult 5 to 6 figure brands who want to level up their brand to get to that next stage. And so in this video I show you that you don't have a scaling problem, but you have a stage problem, because there are 4 stages in revenue growth in e-commerce, and the thing that's holding you back is actually different for each one. So most people fix the wrong thing. Maybe they fix an ad problem when they actually have a back-end problem, or they fix a skill problem when they actually have a hiring problem. And so you can work twice or 3 times as hard as you want, and you will go nowhere because you're working on the completely wrong thing. So by the end of this video, you'll know exactly in which of the 4 stages you are, and what's really the one bottleneck you need to fix to get to that next stage that you break through your scaling jail. So here's why this matters so much, because almost every founder I talk to describes almost being stuck in the same way. They have flat revenue, they have rising costs, they have a feeling of running faster and working harder just to stay in the exact same place. Almost everyone gives me the same explanation for the problem: I need better ads, or I need a better creative strategist. My ads simply don't work. And sometimes that's true, but most of the case this isn't even close. The real bottleneck is sitting somewhere 1 level or 2 levels underneath the ad account, and it's different depending on where you actually are. So let's map the whole thing stage by stage and you place yourself. Alright, 4 stages. Let's start at the bottom, because almost nobody correctly diagnoses stage 1. First stage is really the imitation stage, right? You're testing products, probably copying what other competitors are doing, finding out what's working for other competitors, and then you try to copy it and catch a random winner for your store. And so most people misdiagnose this because they think, if I had more ad budget, I could copy way more competitor ads, then I could scale up because I would essentially find a winner someday. But that's completely backwards. At this stage, the real bottleneck is your skill. It's not capital. Specifically, do you actually understand your customer awareness stages, their real desires? What makes them stop scrolling when they swipe through their phone? Or are you just throwing products at the wall, throwing ads at the wall, hoping that any ad is a winner at all? Most founders are actually testing constantly, but they are not compounding their skills and the things they learned off the data. Every test they do is completely disconnected from the last one. They maybe learned that the product didn't work or the ad didn't work, but not why it didn't work. So the next test is just as random as the last one, and that's the actual trap. Not that you don't have enough budget, you're not underfunding, you're underlearning. Also, if you want to scale your store, subscribe to my channel. It only takes a second. However, there's a real secondary bottleneck too, and it's cash flow. But not the way that people think. You don't need the funding of $20,000-$30,000 to actually scale your store at this stage, but you need steady income. Just something that lets you keep testing without panicking after 3 bad weeks of ads, because it's 100% guaranteed that you will burn money at the start. You obviously have to test ads. They will never be instant winners, right? Because you genuinely cannot predict in advance which ad will perform or which product will perform. And so the founders who make it through that stage are the ones who can afford to keep learning enough till the skill compounds. So if you're at that stage and you're stuck, the fix isn't a bigger budget. It's getting disciplined to learn about why something didn't work, treating every test as a lesson about your customers, and not just trying to create the next winning ad by ripping competitors' ads every single time. Now, let's say you've got past all that stage, right? And you found something that actually works and you got first results. Maybe you have 1 angle, 1 winning product, or 1 ad that converts. And now you think you are in the clear because you have 1 winning thing and you can just ride the wave till it dies, right? And so you're not purely copying your competitors anymore. You're starting to build your own creative and content engine maybe. And things are feeling like they are finally working because you found this one win ad, you've got your first revenue or profit. And this is exactly where the single most common e-commerce trap steps in. And I want to name it directly because almost nobody names it, right? 1 winning ad or 1 winning angle is not a scalable business. And so here's what that actually looks like. You finally found an ad that works, your revenue jumps, maybe you even got profitable or break even, and then you feel like you've cracked the code. But then you try to find the second winning ad, but you can't somehow. You rip the similar angle or maybe the same angle, and then you tweak the hook or you try a different call to action, and you try it essentially on the same offer, but this won't hit like the first one you did. Please don't misdiagnose this as ad fatigue or bad luck or needing a better editor or better hook. It's actually a manual research problem. That first winning ad probably worked because it accidentally matched your real customer's language, or maybe handled a real objection they had. But if you got there by accident, by trial and error, you have no real data, no real manual research you can stick on to create the next winning ad. And so you had one or maybe two lucky guesses, but you don't have a consistent and steady method to print out winning ads on end based on the research you have done. And so this is where your manual customer research steps in and becomes the actual unlock for your next stage. No more AI generated ad variations. If you only ever prompt with AI maybe your next ads for new angles, you get what everyone gets. The winning founders who break through that stage, they actually go niche. They go into subreddits, they go into Facebook groups. So you join Facebook groups from your phone every day. They go into the groups, they read the chats, and they learn their customer languages. They note it down. They ask questions in that group to get answers. These are valuable data points for your brand. To show you how far this can go, IMA, the supplement brand, reportedly had their founding team owner and scientifically test 40 competitor green products before they created their own formula, specifically to find gaps the competitors left unfilled. How much do you actually know about your customers and your competition versus how much are you guessing? And that's basically the resolution to the one winning ad or maybe two winning ad trap. It's not talent, it's not luck, it's not needing a bigger budget maybe for testing. It's whether you're doing the boring manual research for yourself. However, at this stage, you already got your first orders, you ship them out. And so you maybe have two things that are also a problem for you. Supplier terms and quality. Maybe your refund rates completely suck. Your product is not satisfying your customer enough. So they have an expectation, and if you break that expectation positively, they get a reinforcement for your brand. They maybe leave a good review for your store. But they maybe order again because they had an expectation break, but in a positive way. However, if your product doesn't hold what you promise, their expectation is here and your product is here. They have a bad review, their customer journey is destroyed. Everything you've done was useless. They send the product back, they give you a bad review, and they will never leave their money with your store again. So you lost out what you could potentially triple for your customer lifetime value, just because your product, your supplier is bad. However, let's say you get past all that too and you've got a real creative engine, multiple winning angles, manual research, your product is okay. You'd assume the next stage is just doing the same, keeping it exactly the same, but in a way bigger scale, right? It's actually the opposite. The bottleneck completely changes and it's not about marketing at all anymore. Because at this stage, your creative production is actually dialed in. So you have a team, you have consistent ads, the ads are winning, and you know how to find winning angles. You have your research. And yet a lot of founders are still stuck there. And they reach for the same explanation all the time. I need a better marketing, I need a way better ROAS. But that's almost never at this stage, because the real bottleneck is now the back end. First of all, fulfillment and inventory forecasting. Because you're now selling at enough volume that guessing either strands cash in inventory you can't move, or strands you out of stock on your best sellers at the worst time. So when your demand is the highest, you are out of your best sellers. And second one is your staff and your systems. And so this is the stage where when you talk with your creative strategists and you tell them, make me winning ads, this doesn't work anymore. You need real KPIs, real feedback loops, training and clear SOPs. You're not just hiring somebody and hope they figure it out. A lot of founders plateau here because they haven't built the simple systems to let anyone but themselves make a good decision. And this is the constraint, which is the worst one, because you feel like your store doesn't run without you. You need good hires. This is the point where you have to get into HR. It's the biggest return on investment factor that you can use for your store. So if you're doing real volume now, but your creative works and you somehow still feel stuck, stop looking at the ad account. Stop talking with one creative strategist, telling him, create me winning ads. Look at whether fulfillment can actually handle your best week, whether your team has real SOPs, and you don't rely just on vibing or getting a triple ROAS is good. No, this is the stage where it's very important to have real SOPs, real KPIs in place, creating a feedback loop with the real systems for each hire you have. So you have a real system, but it's not really dependent on you. And if you somehow get all of that right, inventory dialed in, staff is running, there's the final stage, and there's exactly one bottleneck left. It's just one, because at this stage you have a real product market fit. Your system runs without you standing on every person ever and looking them over their shoulders if they are doing their job or not. And the only thing that actually determines if you scale your store now is talent. Specifically, your ability to attract A players in your team, when you usually can't outpay a way bigger competitor for the same hire. And so the founders who win in this stage stop selling salary as a monetary incentive incentive, but they sell opportunities to the A player. Growth, vision, ownership of something real in your store. Because that's the only currency you could win on when trying to hire A players when you don't have enough of a cash flow and enough to win in raw pay for them. Also, if you actually want to scale your store, click the first link in the description and book your free scaling call with me. And then we'll talk a bit, go over your store, your actual numbers, just really going over what's possible for you, how can you reach that next level, and if so, can we help you doing that? Also, after we talked, I'll send you our ultimate e-commerce tracking and controlling framework. It's the same system we use with every brand to scale their store profitably. So click the first link in the description, book your free call with me, and I'll see you on the call.